Aging is a time of loss. It can be a time where your world is getting smaller.
I can't tell you the amount of times where someone is telling me something and it will start with, I've never told anyone before, but...
There's a lot of fear and anxiety. People struggle to get health care. They struggle to have a primary care physician who they feel really listens to them and hears them.
Throughout my whole life, I was very close to my grandmother. Towards the end of her life, she was in a nursing facility for, I think, like 8 or 9 years. She mentally was there, but her body was giving up on her. And so to see that kind of loss left a big mark on me. I was always drawn back to this idea of helping folks like my grandmother who were in the nursing home, who didn't have anybody.
A lot of the older adults were raised that mental health, depression, anxiety is bad.
There's certainly a lot of depression and anxiety, and I'm a big believer that a lot of that is kind of systemic or socially based. So I have a lot of older adults who are really impacted by oppression and systemic issues that create like financial burdens, economic burdens, racial burdens.
I do think people are really struggling, especially with the Medicaid and the unknown. It creates so much anxiety and uncertainty, and I think it impacts their ability to function.
When you're in the younger part of your life, it's very hard to forecast what aging will be like. And aging, we're all aging, right? But it's hard to predict where are you going to be physically, where are you going to be emotionally, where are you going to be spiritually. And a lot of stuff happens in people's lives, a lot of trauma, a lot of stress.
You don't have to just go try to manage it on your own because we all need somebody to talk to, somebody just to be able to listen and hear. And somebody say, yeah, that's a normal thing. A lot of people feel that way.
I really like going to people's houses. I feel like I don't really get a good sense of someone from the phone. And I get to see where they live, what their circumstances are, and who they really are as people.
A lot of the work I'm doing is helping people come to terms of like, this is where your story is right now. What has happened to you? How has that shaped you? And in that, there is a lot of grief and loss. There's a lot of appreciation and gratitude sometimes for like, whoa, I'm still here, I made it.
Mental health and mental well-being, it takes effort, but it's doable.
My biggest hope is that in our country, in our society, older adults treated with much more respect and seen as values to our world. I think it can feel sometimes that older people get sort of discarded because they're not of use anymore. They're not as productive. But in my opinion, I think those are the folks who have the most wisdom and have the most to offer our communities.
I'm lucky. This is a privilege for me to be able to do this at the end of my career and to work for this agency.
With education, we can gain empathy. And I think those are two really important things that people can work on and explore. It's like a ripple, like a stone in the pond. It just keeps getting bigger as we're reaching out to other people.